Yo, welcome to my experiment for the NFL season. So, the idea that I had is to create videos with my friends, fellow NFL fans. And every week before Sunday's games, we're going to make picks. We'll predict the games that are about to be played. So, right now, I have 14 people interested, including myself. So, that's a lot of people, and I'm not going to use all 14 people every week. So what we're going to do is we're going to rotate. We're going to have myself and about 4 or 5 different people making their picks every week. That being said, the 4 or 5 people that are selected to make the videos will always include their favorite teams in the picks. I'll also keep season-long standings and bring them up from time to time in the videos, talk about who's doing good, who's doing bad, um, who's in second place behind me every week. And finally, I've got a handful of people that are interested in this and want to participate, but are a little camera shy. They have their reasons, whether it be their profession or they just feel that they're awkward on camera. They don't want to make videos, so they will just give me their picks. I will list them in the videos, and we will keep track of theirs as, along with everybody else's. So my plan is to utilize Zoom, Facebook Messenger, FaceTime, what have you, to communicate with my friends. I will get them on a split screen with myself. I will ask them. I'll give them each game. They'll predict who they think is going to win and why. Give like a brief description. I'll then take these videos, chop them up, merge them together, and then produce one completed video, post it to YouTube, post it to Facebook, chop it up even further, and post it to TikTok. This is meant to mirror the way the experts do it on the pregames. Fox, CBS, all the ex-players, ex-coaches, they make their picks before every game and they keep season-long standings. We want to do that here. We're just doing it as average Joes rather than experts. So now that you know the basis of what we are planning and what we are going for, what I want to do before the season starts, I want to get everybody who's involved, all 14, 15 guys, on a call, on a video, and discuss a few things about themselves. I want to do an introduction of themselves along with their teams, what they think their teams are going to do this year, make some predictions for the season so that we can look back at this at the end of the season and see how terribly wrong everybody was and how unbelievably correct and amazing I am. So to get things started, we're going to start with me. Why not? In case you haven't noticed, I am a huge Buffalo Bills fan. I was born and raised on Long Island, which is a suburb of New York City, which was Jets and Giants land. I was surrounded by Jets and Giants fans my entire life. I hate the Jets more than I hate anything on the face of the planet. I now, for the past 8 years, have moved to the DFW area of Texas, so I now live in Cowboy Nation. I am 44 years old. I have lived through the misery of 2 decades of the Buffalo Bills not making the playoffs. The Bills finally broke that streak in 2017 when they made the playoffs, lost to the Jaguars, went back again in 19, lost to the Texans, went back last year, went to the AFC Championship, and they lost to the Chiefs. So the Buffalo Bills are definitely on the rise, but it's a long time coming. I have waited a very, very long time for this, and I have nothing but faith and admiration for my boy, Josh Allen. And to conclude the introduction, what is my favorite Buffalo Bills moment? Well, I have two. The first one being the comeback. The Buffalo Bills beat the Houston Oilers in the wild card game of the playoffs in 1992, down 35-3 with about 12 minutes to go in the third quarter. With less than half of a football game left, the Bills come back and win that game. The reason why that one is not outright number one for me is because I was a kid in 1992. I was still in middle school. So I remember it, I sure do, and I've watched it numerous times since. However, my Buffalo Bills fandom was nowhere near what it is right now. So my number one moment is extremely recent, as recent as last year. 2020 playoffs, in the division round of the playoffs, home playoff game for the Buffalo Bills, first time in 25 years. Bills up 10-3. And Lamar Jackson was on the 8-yard line about to tie the game, throws a 101-yard interception by Taron Johnson, ran back to the in-house, and sent us Bills fans into a stupor. Ridiculous, ridiculous moment. I can watch that over and over and over. I can't name a better moment for the Buffalo Bills than that moment right there. Simply because the Bills have been trashed for 20 years. So it's almost by default. But yes, my favorite Buffalo Bills moment, Taron Johnson, 101-yard interception return in the playoffs, sending them to the AFC Championship game against the Chiefs. All right, so now let's get into some predictions. What I think is going to happen this year. First question on my predictions is, who's your favorite team and how do you think they're going to do? We've already discussed. I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. How do I think they're going to do? It's been a long time coming. I wanted for many years nothing more than just to make the playoffs. I made a checklist. Okay, first was make the playoffs, and then I'll stop my crying. Then it was win double-digit games, and they've checked that off their mark. Then it was win the division. They've checked that off their checkbox. Get a home playoff game, which would come with winning division. I've checked that off. My next thing on my list was to make the AFC Championship, and they did that last year. So what's next? To make it to the Super Bowl. Well, you know what? This year's different, and the success they had last year, and they only got better to me. I'm saying the Bills go 14-3, get home field advantage throughout the playoffs, make it to the Super Bowl, and win the Super Bowl. Call me crazy, call me stupid, call me biased. That's my prediction. I'm sticking with it. We'll see at the end of the year. Okay, my next question is, who do you think is going to be the Final Four? Well, you already know I chose the Buffalo Bills to win the Super Bowl, so it kind of foils the rest of what I'm going to say here. But I have the Buffalo Bills being the home team in the AFC Championship game, and I hate saying this, right? Because I'm not going with the Cleveland Browns. I'm not doing it. I still don't have faith like everybody else does. I know a lot of people are taking them to do really big things this year. I think they're going to be great. I think they win that division. I think they make the playoffs and they cause some damage, but I don't think they make the AFC Championship. And it hurts me to say it, but I think it's going to be a repeat from last year. Patrick Mahomes takes the Chiefs there, comes up to Buffalo, and gets his ass handed to him. Bills go to the Super Bowl. On the NFC side, man, as much as I don't want to say this either, Aaron Rodgers being back in Green Bay is huge. Okay, he was the MVP last year. I think he's going to be great again this year. I think he's going to play with a chip on his shoulder and with a lot to prove. I think Green Bay gets the number one seed in the NFC and hosts the Tampa Bay Bucks. So it's a repeat of last year, which I absolutely cannot stand that I'm picking this. But as much as I want to say the Rams, I really do. But Cam Akers going down is big. And I think that them having a gap in their running game is going to hurt them. Unless they pick up a free agent or make some kind of trade, then I might have to evaluate what I'm saying here. Just know that I am saying this before they actually did that. But my Final Four is Chiefs at Bills, Tampa Bay at Green Bay, Bills, Tampa in the Super Bowl. Bills finally get their revenge on Tom Brady, and the Buffalo Bills win their first Super Bowl. Write it down, take a picture. I don't give up. Next question, who is going to win the MVP for the regular season? That is so easy, it's not even funny. How do you pick anybody else but Mr. Josh Allen? Call me crazy. Call me biased. I said it before, I'll say it again. Josh Allen wins the MVP. Buffalo Bills just absolutely dominate 2021 NFL season. Write it down. Next question, who's your sleeper team? I'm going to catch some hate for this one, okay? Because a lot of people saying sleeper teams are like the Chargers with Justin Herbert. I agree. I think the Chargers is going to be all right. I can't say that the Browns are a sleeper team because I think a lot of people are picking the Browns. Same thing could be said for the Rams. There's a couple teams out there that I think are going to be good, but I also think that a lot of people are taking them to be good, so they can't be sleepers, right? So my sleeper team for you out there is the Las Vegas Raiders. I think they're going to do good this year. I think that Derek Carr is going to play with a chip on his shoulder. I think there was a lot of talk about how the Raiders should have picked up a different quarterback or traded for a quarterback because Derek Carr just doesn't have it. I think Derek Carr is going to play lights out this year. I also think picking up Kenyon Drake is huge. Kenyon Drake, while I don't think that he's like one of the top tier running backs, he's definitely a solid number two behind Josh Jacobs, who I think is one of the top tier running backs. So between Josh Jacobs and Kenyon Drake running the ball all over the place, and Derek Carr playing decent or above average or above what he normally plays, I think the Raiders are going to do some stuff. I think they make the playoffs, maybe even win a playoff game. I'm not sure, but I think that a lot of people are sleeping on the Raiders, and I think that they're going to be good this year. And that's my sleeper pick, Las Vegas Raiders. And the final question of the preseason interviews. Which team do you hope goes 0-17? This one is ridiculously easy for me because I'm going to say the same team whether you ask me this in 2000 or in 2021. The New Jersey Jets should go 0-17 every year that they play football. And when I say play football, I say that loosely because do they really play football? Screw the Jets. 0-17, number one pick like next year, and they draft a tight end. All right, so that's it for me. We'll see who has time to get this call in, and we'll create this video, and I'll ask these same questions of them. and we'll get to know everybody that's going to be involved in this. Again, I apologize for this video being lengthy. They will not always be this lengthy. This is just an introduction video. Every week, I'm assuming if I have 4 or 5 people, including myself, I think a video would probably be about 8, 9, 10 minutes long at the most after I chop them up and merge them and stuff like that. So